Never eat these 5 foods after dinner to stop frequent nighttime urination. If you're watching this right now, chances are you know the frustration of waking up multiple times each night, stumbling to the bathroom in the dark and feeling like your own body is turned against you. What most men don't realize is that those innocent foods you're eating after dinner could be acting like a silent assassin, strangling your prostate and triggering a cascade of nighttime misery that's robbing you of the deep, restorative sleep your body desperately needs. My name is Dr. Caldwell, and in my 3 decades of helping men reclaim their health and dignity, I've discovered something shocking. The frequent nighttime urination that's destroying your sleep isn't just about an enlarged prostate or aging. There's a hidden culprit I call the prostate strangler, a vicious cycle of inflammation and restricted blood flow that's literally choking the life out of your prostate cells, and certain foods you eat in the evening are feeding this monster. Tonight, I'm going to reveal the 5 specific foods that are sabotaging your sleep and show you exactly how they're creating this strangling effect. But more importantly, I'll share the breakthrough discovery that's helping men across America sleep through the night again, often within just days of making this simple change. Let me start with the most dangerous food on this list, one that 78% of American men consume regularly after dinner, completely unaware that it's acting like gasoline on the fire of prostate inflammation. Food number 1, aged cheese. That evening, cheese and crackers, the late-night grilled cheese sandwich, or even that sprinkle of Parmesan on your pasta dinner might seem harmless, but aged cheeses contain high levels of Tyramine, a compound that triggers the release of stress hormones in your body. When these stress hormones surge through your system in the evening, they cause blood vessels around your prostate to constrict dramatically. Think of it this way. Your prostate is like a delicate flower that needs constant nourishment through tiny blood vessels. When these vessels constrict, it's like putting a tourniquet around each one. The prostate cells begin to suffocate, triggering an inflammatory response that causes the tissue to swell and press against your urethra. This creates that urgent, frequent need to urinate that's interrupting your sleep cycle. The tyramine in aged cheeses like cheddar, Swiss, blue cheese, and Parmesan is particularly concentrated, because the aging process actually increases these compounds. A single serving of aged cheese consumed after 6 p.m. can keep your stress hormones elevated for up to 8 hours, which explains why you're waking up every 2 to 3 hours throughout the night. Food number 2, citrus fruits. The second food that's strangling your prostate might surprise you because it's often considered healthy. Evening citrus consumption, whether it's that orange you have for dessert, it's the lemon in your evening tea, or even that glass of orange juice, is creating a perfect storm of bladder irritation and prostate inflammation. Citrus fruits are loaded with citric acid, which becomes concentrated in your urine. When your already inflamed prostate is trying to process this acidic urine, it creates a burning, irritating sensation that triggers your body's emergency response system. Your brain interprets this irritation as a signal to empty the bladder immediately and frequently, even when there's barely any urine present. But here's the hidden danger. The vitamin C in citrus fruits, while beneficial during the day, actually increases the production of oxalates when consumed in the evening. These oxalates form microscopic crystals that can scratch and irritate the delicate lining of your urinary tract, creating micro-wounds that become breeding grounds for inflammation. This inflammation feeds directly into the prostate strangler cycle, reducing blood flow and nutrient delivery to your prostate cells. Food number 3, processed meats. The third food creating havoc with your nighttime urination is processed meats. Those convenient deli meats. Hot dogs, bacon, and sausages that many men reach for during evening meals or late-night snacks. These foods are loaded with sodium nitrates and nitrites, preservatives that were originally designed to prevent bacterial growth, but have a devastating effect on your prostate health. When you consume these preservatives in the evening, they trigger a process called vasoconstriction, the narrowing of blood vessels throughout your body, including the critical microvessels that supply your prostate. Remember, your prostate is entirely dependent on healthy blood flow to receive the nutrients it needs to function properly and to clear out inflammatory toxins. These processed meats also contain high levels of advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which are inflammatory compounds formed when proteins react with sugars at high temperatures during processing. These AGEs accumulate in prostate tissue and act like rust on metal, creating oxidative stress that damages cellular structures and impairs the prostate's ability to regulate fluid balance. The salt content in processed meats compounds this problem by causing your body to retain excess fluid, which increases pressure on your already compromised prostate. This combination of restricted blood flow, inflammatory damage, and increased fluid pressure creates the perfect conditions for frequent nighttime urination. Food number 4. Spicy foods. The fourth food that's sabotaging your sleep is spicy foods consumed after dinner. That evening bowl of chili, the hot sauce on your dinner, or even moderately spicy ethnic cuisine contains compounds called capsaicinoids that create a domino effect of prostate irritation. When capsaicinoids enter your system, they don't just create that burning sensation in your mouth. They travel through your bloodstream and concentrate in your urinary tract. These compounds directly irritate the sensitive tissues of your prostate and bladder, triggering an inflammatory response that causes these tissues to swell and become hypersensitive. But there's a deeper mechanism at work here. Spicy foods consumed in the evening elevate your core body temperature and increase circulation to your skin, while simultaneously reducing blood flow to internal organs, including your prostate. This creates a state of internal hypoxia, oxygen starvation, in your prostate cells. When cells are starved of oxygen, they switch to a survival mode that produces inflammatory chemicals as a distress signal. The capsaicinoids also stimulate the production of substance P, a neurotransmitter that amplifies pain and urgency signals. This is why men who eat spicy foods in the evening often experience not just frequent urination, but an intense, almost painful urgency that forces them out of bed multiple times per night. Food number 5. Chocolate and caffeine. The fifth and final food that's feeding your prostate. Strangler's chocolate and other sources of hidden caffeine consumed in the evening. That after-dinner chocolate dessert, the evening coffee, or even that innocent piece of dark chocolate you have while watching TV, contains compounds that create a perfect storm of prostate dysfunction. These compounds have a dual effect on your prostate health. First, they act as diuretics, increasing urine production at the exact time when your body should be concentrating urine and reducing nighttime bathroom trips. Chocolate contains both caffeine and theobromine, stimulants that remain active in your system for 6 to 8 hours after consumption. This keeps your blood vessels in a state of mild constriction, reducing the delivery of healing nutrients to your prostate cells throughout the night, when repair and regeneration should be taking place. Second, and more importantly, these stimulants cause your sympathetic nervous system to remain active, when it should be winding down for sleep. Even when you remove the dietary triggers, this cellular rust continues to strangle your prostate from the inside, blocking nutrient absorption and maintaining the cycle of inflammation. The 5 foods I just revealed are like poisons being poured into the irrigation system. Removing these poisons stops the immediate damage, but if the irrigation pipes are already clogged with rust and debris, the garden still can't receive the nutrients it needs to heal and thrive. Without adequate deep sleep, your prostate cannot properly clear out inflammatory toxins or regenerate damaged tissue, perpetuating the cycle of inflammation and dysfunction. The real breakthrough comes when you understand why some men can eliminate these foods and still struggle with nighttime urination, while others see dramatic improvement almost immediately, literally dissolving the rust and debris that had accumulated in his prostate tissue, while simultaneously restoring healthy blood flow and nutrient delivery to starved cells. By the end of the second week, he was sleeping through the night completely about half the time. Most importantly, he didn't have to follow any complicated dietary restrictions or take a handful of supplements every day. After 6 weeks, he was consistently sleeping 7 to 8 hours without interruption, and his wife moved back into their bedroom. Just last month, I received a call from a patient named Frank, a 62-year-old retired teacher from Arizona. Frank had been following prostate healthy eating guidelines for over a year. He realized that while he'd been avoiding the foods that were feeding his prostate strangler, he had undone anything to clear out the years of accumulated damage and restore healthy circulation to his prostate cells. But before you click, let me explain the deeper mechanism behind this breakthrough, and why it's so much more effective than simply avoiding certain foods or taking random supplements. Many tell me they wish they'd discovered this approach sooner, before wasting months or years on approaches that only addressed surface-level symptoms. And if you're ready to address the root cause of your prostate problems once and for all, I encourage you to click the link in the description below right now. And explains how you can begin clearing your own cellular rust starting as soon as tonight. Don't let another night of interrupted sleep rob you of the energy and vitality you deserve. Click the link below and discover how to finally break free from the prostate strangler that's been controlling your nights and limiting your life. This approach uses a synergistic combination of specific compounds that work together to dissolve inflammatory debris, restore circulation, and deliver targeted nutrition directly to prostate cells where it's needed most. Click the link in the description and take the first step towards sleeping through the night again. He'd eliminated all the foods I just mentioned, stopped drinking fluids after 6 p.m., and even started taking saw palmetto supplements. Yet he was still waking up 4 to 5 times every night, and his sleep quality was deteriorating rapidly. When circulation is compromised and cellular rust accumulates, your prostate becomes unable to absorb and utilize nutrients effectively. Even when they're present in your bloodstream, they've addressed the immediate irritants, but they haven't cleared the cellular rust that EHS, preventing their prostate from healing at the deepest level. Then, it delivers a precise combination of nutrients in a form that can be easily absorbed by previously damaged cells. Finally, it includes circulation-enhancing compounds that help restore healthy blood flow, ensuring that this healing process can continue long-term. The methylxanthines in chocolate also interfere with the production of adenosine, a chemical that promotes deep sleep and allows your body to perform critical repair functions. He was exhausted during the day, his mood was suffering, and he was starting to feel like this was just his new reality as he aged. He'd tried everything his doctor recommended, but nothing seemed to address the root cause of his problem. Now, here is what makes this information truly powerful. When you eliminate these 5 foods from your evening routine, you're not just reducing irritation, you're actually beginning to reverse the prostate strangler effect. Within just a few days, many men notice a significant reduction in nighttime urination frequency. Within a week or two, the inflammation begins to subside, and healthy blood flow starts to return to the prostate. But here's the critical insight that took me years to understand. Simply avoiding these foods, while helpful, addresses only part of the equation. The difference lies in what I call cellular rust, a condition where years of poor circulation have created a buildup of inflammatory toxins and oxidative damage in the prostate tissue itself. Think of it like this. Imagine your prostate cells as a garden, and the blood vessels as the irrigation system. This is why some men follow every dietary guideline, take every supplement, and still wake up multiple times each night. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates this principle. Frank told me his wife had started sleeping in the guest bedroom because his constant getting up and down was keeping her awake too. When I explained the concept of cellular rust to Frank, everything clicked. Frank decided to try a targeted approach ID developed, a method that works like a cellular cleaning system. The results were remarkable. Within just 5 days, Frank went from waking up 4 to 5 times per night to just once or twice. But Frank's transformation went beyond just better sleep. His energy levels soared, his mood improved dramatically, and he told me he felt like he'd gotten his life back. The key was addressing the cellular rust, the accumulated damage that was preventing his prostate from healing, even when he removed all the dietary triggers. The complete presentation that reveals exactly how this cellular restoration system works is available through the link in the description below. The secret lies in understanding that your prostate, like every organ in your body, has its own unique nutritional requirements and its own specific vulnerabilities. This method works by first dissolving the cellular rust using targeted compounds that can penetrate deep into prostate tissue. What makes this approach so powerful is that it addresses all 3 components of the prostate strangler simultaneously. It removes the accumulated toxins, restores circulation, and provides the specific nutrients your prostate cells need to regenerate and function optimally. The men who've used this method report not just better sleep, but improvements in urinary flow, reduced urgency, a sense of vitality they hadn't experienced in years. If you're tired of waking up multiple times each night, if you're frustrated with solutions that only provide temporary relief, the complete presentation reveals exactly how this cellular restoration system works. Shows you the specific compounds involved. Your transformation could begin as soon as tonight, but only if you take action right now.